Hello, loves. Today I want to talk about being tested by the universe. So I hear this a lot from clients and followers. I just made a decision and now I'm being tested. I made a commitment to something and now I'm being tested. And the idea of being tested by the universe to me holds a little bit of a negative connotation because for me, the idea of being tested by the universe, and this is just the energy that I feel behind it. You guys know everything is about energy for me. So the energy behind being tested feels a bit negative. It feels like you made a choice and now you're gonna have to suffer through these consequences and these painful things in order to prove it's what you really want. So to me, it feels like there's this, it almost has an attack energy, right? You're being tested. So I want to always shift you into a higher, more compassionate view of perhaps what you're experiencing. Because certainly when you make a tough or a big decision, there are those moments where you go, oh shit, what did I do? That's a very normal response, and you want to honor the feelings that come up. But I want to invite you to just consider shifting your perspective from the universe testing you to shifting to the perspective of the universe asking you questions. So you feel how if the universe is asking you questions, you go, ooh, I get to think about and feel into this. And it feels more inviting, right? The energy is higher. Whereas if you're being tested, it feels like an attack and it feels a little scary and it feels like you have to have all the right answers and there's this fear control thing going on, right? So perhaps you maybe have not been ultra clear in deciding what it is that you want, feeling into what it is that you want, and also deciding that you will not say yes to anything less than what it is that you want. You will not say yes to 90% of what you desire. You will not say yes to 95. You will only say yes to things that match 100% of your desires. So from my perspective, the universe is asking you questions. Okay, let's give an easy example. You made a decision to leave your job and start a spiritual business, start your spiritual entrepreneurial journey. And so of course, when you leave your job, there's going to be a lot of fears and questions that come up, or this could apply to leaving a relationship or making any kind of career transition or buying a new home or moving to a different part of the country, right? So when you make the first decision and you leave your house or you leave your job, all the fears are going to come up. This is a good thing because these are the shadow aspects for you to address. Are you having money fears? Go into why you have these money fears. Where did you have experiences of lack in your past? How did your family teach you about lack? What does society tell you about the safety and security of working for a big corporation? What are the stories that are wrapped up in that fear of lack or financial fear? Perhaps you have fear that you will not be supported or that you're going to be alone or whatever those fears are. Dig into those fears, and then as the universe starts to present you with opportunities, a job offer might come along that's a lot like the old job, and you go, you know what? I really don't want to repeat this pattern. I want something different, and I don't have another source of revenue lined up, but I'm not going to say yes to something that's a 5 out of 10 for me. That's 70% of what I want. I'm only going to say yes to what's 100% aligned with what I want my future to look like. So instead of that perspective being a test, think of it as a question. The universe is giving you questions. Do you want your old job in a different setting? Do you want your old relationship with a new person? Do you want your old living circumstances in a new house? Do you want anything, a different version of the same thing? It's going to ask you, especially if you haven't gotten ultra clear about what it is that you do want. So just realize that this is not a test. This is not challenging you. This is not trying to trick you in some way. It's literally the universe saying, well, what do you want? You haven't told me. I don't know. And the way you tell the universe what you want, 1, getting clear on it, writing it down, and 2 is saying no to the things that don't align. So I'll give you a personal example. I left a corporate job in New York City and I came to Rhode Island and I got a really big job offer. It was one of the biggest jobs as a registered dietitian in Rhode Island, managing the biggest team of dietitians in Rhode Island, okay? So on paper, this is great for my resume. This is like the best offer possible. But when I got the job offer, I cried, okay? Because the benefits were horrible. They weren't giving raises. It was 2 weeks of vacation with no additional vacation. I had come from like 4 weeks of vacation plus I knew it was going to be a job that was going to demand many hours of my time. It was a long commute into the city. And I cried when I got the job offer. So is the universe testing me? No, it's asking me a question. Do you want the same experience of a soul-sucking corporate job in Rhode Island instead of New York? With, ego says, a great title attached to it, right? But my soul says, hell fucking no. My soul is weeping and sobbing, saying, do not do that. So I said no to that job. Did I have another plan lined up? I sure as shit did not. I had no idea what I was going to do. I had no idea how I was going to make money. That decision is what led me years later into this business. Okay, that decision to say no to a bigger salary, to a title, to all the things is what led me to much more freedom and sovereignty in my life, much more income with a hell of a lot less hours, and really joyful work where like I love what I do. I just feel like I get to talk to my friends all day. You know, people who are so aligned with the same mission and purpose that I'm in, my soul sisters, right? So at the time, I had no idea how the hell I was going to get here, but I had this faith. And I didn't even know how big this vision was back then. Like, I had no clue I could even get here. And I had no clue my dreams would extend far beyond where I even am right now. Catch me in another 5 years. But I had to go with trusting my gut and trusting my emotional reaction to the situations, because it's the emotional reaction is part of the way the body speaks wisdom to you about what your right and wrong choices are. So don't listen to what the ego says and the brain says. Listen to what the body and the soul is telling you is the right path for you. Even if you have no idea how you'll pay your bills, you have no idea how you'll find a partner, you have no idea how you'll afford the living circumstances that you desire. Just keep going with your gut and those answers will come to you. So after you make those decisions and the universe presents you with options, know that those are questions that are helping to clarify what energy the universe wants to organize and situate and twist around and move to serve you what it is that you want. So if you go to a restaurant and the waitress says, so you want the steak and the buttery mashed potatoes? And you're like, no, that's not what I want. I don't want that. Okay, you want the chicken with the rice? And you're like, well, that's closer, but no, that's not what I want. And then she goes, oh, would you like the vegetable platter covered in cheese? And you're like, we're getting closer, but no, that's not still what I want. And then she goes, oh, you want the lemon water, the celery juice, the smoothie, and all the high vibrational raw living foods? And you're like, yes, that's what I want. Okay, you have to be willing to say no to what you don't want many times until you do get what you do want. So you're not being tested, you're not being punished, you're not being challenged, you don't have to be afraid. Be confident that you are being presented with options and you get to say yes or no. And every time you say no, you actually open doors to potentials that are more closely aligned to what you want, or they're actually even more expansive than what you even knew was available. So don't pick the first item on the menu. Don't pick the first partner on that dating list, the dating app list, right? Don't take the first house that pops up. Don't take the first job that pops up. Wait until it really feels right, and know that the universe is just asking you questions and saying, hey, I don't know what you want. You haven't told me. Let me give you some choices, and then you can tell me if that is right or wrong for you. So you are not being tested. You are being given endless options. Know that you are a profoundly powerful creator of your own reality, co-creator of your own reality, along with your soul, your higher self, with God's source universe. And you can co-create, manifest the life of your dreams. Oftentimes we don't know how, but Just continue to make those decisions that align with your soul, that you feel in your heart, your solar plexus, your body are the right decision for you. And just keep coming back to that faith and trust that what you desire is out there in the quantum field, because you would not desire it if it was not a part of your journey, if it was not a possibility for you. All right? So you're no longer being tested. You are now being given choices. You are powerful, powerful creator of your own reality. I'm sending you so much love, and drop me a comment or a heart or any kind of delicious emoji if this video resonated with you, and send you guys so much love.